Oh, it is 8:30 on a Wednesday night. We usually start at 8, sometimes 9, but 8:30, it's a funny Wednesday. How you doing tonight, Mike?
I'm doing good. I kind of like the 8:30 time frame because I'm going to tell you, I rush. People don't realize that, like when we do the 8 o'clock, it's like The Simpsons. You know when The Simpsons start and they all run and land on the couch like that, and then the show starts. That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
I set all this
You
shit up
just
all
get
quick while the kids are running around making a disaster upstairs, and then I run back upstairs, get them in bed, clean everything up, and then I run down and jump in the chair, and then you're like, "We're going to start." Boom.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I just let Amy put the kids to bed on show nights, and then I come in here and I have fun listening to you fucking gripe. So hey, what's up, Susan Walker? What's up, Larry Davis? What's up, Joe Ivy? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in as always. And we're gonna do a quick shout out to our sponsors real fast. Starting with a couple new ones. We got this one right here. It is real. It's made by Healy. It is Pure Romance made Healy testosterone boost. As we age, our body produces less, and this helps bring us back to the levels that we were at when we were younger. Use this to promote improve flexibility and mobility while reducing inflammation and support stronger sex drive. That's good stuff, right, Mike?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Does not include testosterone, just boosts your body's ability to naturally make the testosterone. And also, Pure Romance Healy also makes Brain Health Boost, made with 4 indicators for optimal brain power, to boost optimal brain power, focus, mental clarity, memory, and calm. That is it. And then, of course, we have our regular sponsors. We got Next Level Supplements. Go to nextlevelsups.com/Mike and Mish. Use promo code Mish10. Buy all the stuff to get jacked and yoked up or skinny and whatever you want to go for. Go to killfootclothing.com. Check out all their veteran-owned American-made apparel. They also make the badass Mission Accomplished shirts that you see right here. And last but not least, Massage Therafix at Holding Hands Massage. If you're a soldier, if you're a veteran, go to holdinghandsmassage.com, make an appointment with Jackie Holden, get yourself fixed. She knows how to fix anything. She'll find trigger points for pain, and she will alleviate that shit for you. If you're not a soldier, go to massagetherafix.com and go see her just the same. With that said, we got a big show tonight. We got Derrick Superman Findley making his debut at BKFC 20, followed by the one, the only John Lee Chalbeck, who will also be fighting on BKFC 20, August 20th in Biloxi, Mississippi. We'll start right off with our first guest of the evening, Mr. Superman himself, Derrick Findley. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, I was just saying to Mike, you're finally making your debut in BKFC. I feel like you were revealed to the BKFC world on this show like 10 years ago, but it was really probably only like 4 months ago, huh?
yeah.
You know what it is? We do so many shows. We've been doing 2 shows a week. Sometimes we throw in a third. We're going on all the events live. We're doing 14, 15 videos per event. So we're like, since the last time I talked to you, we're about like 150 videos, 150 shows and content videos later. It's just, it's all a blur to me, Mr. Findley. So you will be facing Caleb Harris at BKFC 17, which is no slouch. You got thrown right in there against the veteran in the BKFC world. Caleb Harris is 3-3, but he's fought killers up in the squared circle. Did you want a veteran in the BKFC world, or were you just willing to go up against anybody they were going to throw at you in your debut?
Well, that's my mentality, period. You know, I've always been the type that I'll fight anybody, but did I ask for Caleb Harris in particular? No, I didn't. I don't care. I don't care. Whoever they got for me, I'll definitely take. They say, hey, this is the guy for you. I'm just going to go do it.
And you are in the 165-pound weight class, which is slowly becoming a really stacked weight class in there. They're starting to add some big killers in there. They got Tony Soto just fought last event. You got Joe Elmore. You got a possible addition from the UFC who just left the UFC recently. And when he comes over to the BKFC, I have a feeling he'll be in the 165-pound division. You got yourself. Things are getting interesting in that division.
Nice.
How excited are you to finally make your debut?
Extremely. I'm extremely excited, man. I can't wait to get in there, man, just to see what it's like, you know. I do understand that it's not boxing, so I'm not going in there thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna box this guy's socks off." Like, I do understand it's not boxing, so you know what I mean, I'm just ready to go, man.
So you saw the Chop Chop fight, right? The Chop Chop Corley?
Yes, yes, I saw that.
And not ragging on Chop Chop or anything, but watching that fight and being a boxer, knowing a boxer going into, bare knuckle fighting, what do you think that he did that you could change when you go in there? What are you going to do that he didn't do? You know?
Well, see, one of the things that guys got to understand, you know, from the bare knuckle part, you know, if you know anything about me, you would know that I've never had the typical boxer style. I've always was a brawler type. I like to come in. I like to fight. I've always asked the ref, "Hey, allow me to fight at a break," because people are always taller than me, so I have to get on the inside. When I get in, I want to be able to do my damage when I get there. I don't want you breaking as soon as the guy tries to tie me up. Let me work out of the break, you know. I'm not the picture perfect boxer, you know, and that's the thing about Chop Chop and all the other top boxers that have come to boxing. They're like a stick and move, you know, pretty boy, shoulder roll, want to slip. This is a fight, you know what I mean? And that's not my style. I'm a brawler. Like I come to rumble. So that's my
Nice.
difference from most boxers, you know.
Yeah, I was watching a few of your fights, and you're pretty dangerous on the inside. So I feel like if you've been working, I'm sure you have been. If you've been working on the clinch game and getting in there in dirty boxing with what I've seen out of you in your boxing past, for those who don't know, Derrick had, what do you have, 62, 63, 61 or 62? You got a shit.
So
You
somewhere
got,
around there.
yeah, you got a ton of boxing. You fought a lot of big names. You've trained with a lot of big names. But like he just said, Chop Chop has kind of had the same kind of boxing pedigree that you had coming in. I think that Chop Chop really was like, I think he was caught off guard on how fast the pace is right off the rip. Like, especially a guy like Reggie Barnett, he comes off the line real quick, real aggressive right away and tries to land that first shot. And like, it was almost like he was throwing off his game right from the first start.
Seen that. I saw it.
Yeah. Would you say that like your boxing, your approach in boxing, you know, are you going to carry the same approach over to boxing? I mean, over to bare knuckle, or are you gonna, change your approach as far as aggression goes?
Well, as far as the aggression that I actually have myself, it works for bare knuckle. You know what I mean? And the difference, but the thing is about Chop Chop and me, we have completely different styles. We're like day and night. I come to rumble. He's a boxer puncher. I'm just a puncher. I come to rumble. So I'm naturally an aggressive guy. You know what I mean? I like to fight in clinches and things like that. You know, I'm actually comfortable there. Now, as far as like, you know, I guess the MMA way of dirty boxing and things like that, you know, that's something that I got to get used to. You know, I've experienced it in training and stuff. I got to get used to it. But it's not like a major problem for me. You know what I mean? Personally, I think that I'm gonna do all right, you know, in this bare knuckle thing. I think it kind of fits my style, you know.
Yeah, they got a lot of really nice brawlers in that 165 division too, especially like Joe Elmore. I would love to see a little scrap with Joe. Everybody would like to see a scrap with Joe Elmore. Yeah, Joe Elmore's tough as hell. He doesn't really go down. You saw what Leonard Garcia was hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink, and freaking guy would not go down. Yeah, so you got Alvin Brito up in there. There's some nice name. Even Tony's, like, if you get a win here, you and Tony Soto would be a nice scrap, because Soto is a brawler just like yourself. And but you got something that I think a lot of guys don't have in that division, and that's power in both hands. And I was watching I was watching some of your fights, and like I forget you most of the dudes you fought were like a foot taller than you. That's one thing. Yeah. So height and reach really doesn't bother you that much, I've noticed. And but you were clubbing this. You knocked a guy down 3 times in one round. I cannot remember what his name was, but you hit him with the you knocked him down twice with 2 power lefts, and I was like, man, he's gonna finish him with the left, and then next thing you know, you hit him with a right, and you ended the fight. And I'm like, okay, he's got dynamite in both hands, so that's cool, man.
Nice, thank you, I appreciate it.
Have you changed up any training? Like, have you brought in any new coaches, or have you moved gyms or anything like that from before to now?
I went. I left like a strictly boxing gym, and I'm over in a MMA gym now. So I'm learning, how to fight in the clinch, things like that. Getting in the groove of, like boxing with like MMA gloves, and so that way I can kind of understand. Like I can't block like I have a boxing glove on,
Yeah.
So pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I've really done different. I've been training more with more so MMA guys, like throwing that clinch.
Were you training with any guys in that gym fighting bare knuckle?
Boss Hog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Were you in the same gym with Arnold Adams?
Arnold Adams. No, I'm not in the same gym with him, but I know him. But no, I think he trains at some particular UFC gym. I don't really know where he trains, but no, we're not in the same gym. No.
Oh, because I thought Arnold Adams, I thought AJ and Boss Hog used to train together, but that might have been in the past. And that I mean, as he's moved up the ranks, he might have moved on to different places.
Yeah, so it goes sometimes.
Are you doing the conditioning of the knuckles? Have you done any of that?
Yes, I have been doing that. Yeah.
How's that? How do you like that?
I actually like it. It's pretty cool, man. I think like I said, I personally, I think I'm gonna be okay in bare knuckle. I'm not trying to be like overconfident and stuff, but I think I'm gonna do all right.
So you're hitting like the sand?
Huh? Yeah, the
sandbag on the wall type thing.
Yeah, man, I've been doing a little bit of everything.
I've seen some people doing knuckle push-ups with the chains wrapped around their fingers and shit, and I'm like, I don't know how good that is for your fingers. I don't know if that's conditioning or breaking them.
No, I've never done that. I've done the knuckle push-ups though, but not with no chains around. Never seen that before.
Some wild shit.
Yeah, Vince Anderson in the comments says Caleb Harris is going to be a problem for Findley. Caleb Harris is a problem for everybody. Honestly, every fight you ever see him go in there, the kid's tough as hell, and he's only lost to like the best in the freaking division. So it's a hell of a test for you. And like I said, it is your debut fight. Caleb's been around for a while. Biloxi, Mississippi. The BKFC's been there before. They pull in a nice crowd over there, and you got a couple really big fights at the top of the card, so the crowd should be pretty hyped up that night. Reggie Barnett and Johnny Bedford on the top of the show. You got Quentin Henry and Jay Fish. What's the co-main? I'm slipping on that right now. Co-main, Mike.
The co-main is Lopez and Belcher.
Jesus, Tony Lopez and Alan Belcher. So yeah, you guys got a hell of a show. Mike and I will be down there to see it with you guys. We'll do some interviews next to the down by the ring. And Kevin Smith, shout out to your manager Kevin Smith for hooking us up with you. He's a good dude and he does a lot for the show.
Definitely, I appreciate him for giving me making this opportunity happen. Definitely, it's a good guy.
Yeah, and so following your fight at BKFC 20, say you get through it pretty clean. Are you looking for a quick turnaround and trying to stay active with BKFC, or is the first one like getting your feet wet, seeing what you're liking, and or are you BKFC all in right now, or could you go back to boxing?
I'm BKFC all in for right now. When it comes to like the boxing, a lot of guys, they don't want to fight me. I can't get fights in boxing. You know what I mean? Unless, because I'm also a promoter myself. So the way I stay busy with boxing is throwing my own shows, and that stuff gets very rough. So as far as like, just trying to like get a call for a fight, these guys are not quick. They say yeah, and then when they get close, they pull out. Something's wrong. So I just can't get fights. So yes, I'm all BKFC right now. You know what I mean? I definitely understand based off what everybody is saying that Caleb Harris is not a get your feet wet type of fight. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna be ready. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not there to lay down. That's for sure. That's just not in me. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
looking forward to the fight.
he's not a get your feet wet type of fight for sure, which means you pull a victory and it's like cementing your flag into the BKFC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am here,
Right.
motherfuckers.
Yep.
I am here, motherfuckers. Give me another contract because I'm ready to keep going. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, it's not a gimme. So, you know, a victory like that would be huge for you. It is his 7th fight in the BKFC. That's no joke. Kid's been around for a minute.
It's gonna be a new experience, but I'll be ready.
You'll do. I mean, everyone says the same thing. Oh, this ain't boxing. This ain't MMA. Yeah, well, you know what? Every one of those guys didn't bare knuckle fight before they got in there the first time either. So, and they're all still doing it. It's not
Yep.
like it's not like they did it their first time and then fucking ran back to whatever sport they were in before. They're all still doing it. They went in, they got their feet wet, they loved it. They loved feeling the flesh on flesh and the bone on bone fucking action. And the first one was probably an eye opener, and then the second one's all fun.
There's a lot on both sides. There's guys on the MMA side and the boxing side that have had success. So I don't think that there's a clear winner. To be honest, there is a lot of MMA guys that have been doing really well, and people were hating on it. Oh, MMA guys are going to come over and they're going to realize that this is more boxing. But then the boxing guy, it is like Kyle said. I think it's anyone's game when they get in there. It's still a young sport. There's a lot to be learned. It's a whole different ball game. It really is. It's just so different.
It's entertaining as all hell too. So.
It is.
Definitely. That's what made me want to do it.
Yeah. So in your 60 plus boxing, 61 boxing matches, what's a few that like stick out in your mind? Which ones are you like most like, I don't know, proud of? Ones you look back on and be like, fucking hell yeah, that was a hell of a night.
Well, one of them is that I went over to Copenhagen, Denmark, and I fought like a very, very popular Danish guy. You know, and they weren't too pleasant to me. You know, they put me in a cold room where people were throwing beer cans and mop buckets, and it was kind of like that horrible. And I was just real happy that I pulled off the victory.
Daniel Hines.
Yeah. Because that was a pretty good one for me. You know what I mean? Andres Famfara. I beat Famfara, which later on to become a world champion later on down the line. I got a few big fights that I'm proud of.
And you were you sparring partners with Triple G? Or
yes,
yeah.
Yes, I've sparred with Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, David Lemieux, a lot of the big heavy hitters, you know, of the game. Yeah, I've been in camps with them. Yeah.
I thought I saw. Did you used to spar like a ton? Was that like your thing? Did you spar like?
Yeah.
60, were you like 16 rounds every other day or something like that?
Yep. That was definitely me.
Jesus,
I kind of tried to slow it down a little bit now, but yeah, I still go like that though. You got to pull me out of there. I won't get out.
I wanted to ask you: Are you still doing like 16 rounds every other day now that you're training for bare knuckle, or are you toning that back a little bit?
Yeah, just kind of laying back with a little bit. Like I said, I've been kind of like reverting more over to the BKB style because I just don't want to get caught up in that rhythm of just being getting out there with the mindset that it's a boxing match. You know what I mean? So yeah. I've been trying to, do a little bit of both so I can keep, you know what I mean? So,
yeah. And what do you think about the length of the rounds? And do you think the 2 minutes, is that like too little? I mean,
is it sufficient enough time for you to get things done or what?
Right. Like 2 minutes. I hear a lot of people saying they wish that they were 3 minute rounds,
right?
Or, I mean, 3 or 5 3-minute rounds instead of 5 2-minute rounds, or 7 minute or 7 rounds instead of 5, stuff like that. Do you think that the 2 minutes isn't enough time to like, settle in and around and start doing what your game plan is?
It is for me. I mean, at least I think it would be for me. You know what I mean? I know it's not boxing, like I said, but amateur boxing, I got 120 amateur fights in 2-minute rounds. You know what I mean? We 3 rounds, we have to get started fast, you know. So I'm kind of used to that. I'm still kind of with that, you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. So 120 amateur fights, 61 pro fights, and 16 rounds every other day of sparring. You got a million fights under your belt. I think you're ready for this BKFC here.
You're going to need a couple more to catch up with me, but I think you're doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more. You're almost there.
Derrick, you ever do any roofing in the summertime with a 60-year-old man on Oxycontins drinking at 7 o'clock in the morning?
No.
Then you haven't done it.
Yeah. You haven't done real training in the New England winter.
Yeah, New England winter or New England summer. Get up on a roof in the middle of July, you know, with a guy 3 sheets to the wind. Before we let you go, we'd like to do a quick thing called the speed round here. We got 5 quick questions for you, kind of like off topic. Get to know the audience let the audience get to know you a little bit. You want to do one?
Yeah. I guess.
I was hoping you would say no because no one's ever said no before.
All right. What's something?
Absolutely not. I'm getting the hell off.
What's something unusual that you do in your time off? Seems
Unusual?
like a box. Yeah. Like, what do you do in your time off that would surprise some people?
Nothing. I don't.
You're not a golfer?
Yeah, I'm bored, man. I'll be in a weight room or something somewhere doing pull-ups or push-ups.
Yeah.
Nothing. No fishing. No roofing. No archery. Deer hunting.
He's just a fighter, man. He's a fighter through and through. Rest.
Hanging out with my wife, I guess. It's nothing I do.
Eat, sleep, train, and fight. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Worst purchase you ever spent money on?
The worst purchase I ever spent money on?
Yeah, you got a nice big fat check and you went and bought something that you're regretting.
Well, I wasted my money on a diamond bracelet once. Yeah, that was a pretty stupid buy. You know, when I was young.
Yeah. You didn't get it back, huh?
The value never got reciprocated.
No, man, that was pretty stupid, especially with the amount of money I paid. It was pretty dumb.
Oh man. Number 3, Mike.
Would you rather have X-ray vision or magnified hearing?
X-ray vision.
Yeah, I think magnified hearing would be so annoying. Like, noisy shit bothers me anyways. I don't want to hear anything outside of my immediate area, and sometimes that's too much, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If we had X-ray vision, though, Mike, you wouldn't ever stop staring at amber fields at these BKFC fights.
That doesn't make a difference. X-ray vision or not?
I'm staring anyway. I don't care. Number 4, other than boxing, what is something that you could give a 30-minute impromptu lecture on?
There's nothing I can think of too fast. I don't even know how to answer that. I don't know. I don't know.
I could give a 30-minute lecture on The Sopranos.
I knew he was going to say that.
I could. Mike could give you a 30-minute lecture on Breaking Bad.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and me and him could both give you a 30-minute lecture on Black Hawk helicopters. But that's
I can give you a 30-minute lecture on Black Hawk helicopters, but I don't want to.
That's lame.
Right. Oh my God.
That's lame as fuck, and we're not going to do that. All right, number 5, last one, Mike.
Would you rather be an Olympic boxing gold medalist or a Nobel Peace Prize winner?
Olympic boxing gold medalist.
Yeah. What does a Nobel Peace Prize winner even get anyway? Can you go to a bar? Can you go to a bar and impress a girl by fucking saying, "Hey, I want a Nobel Peace Prize," or be like, "Oh, I knocked 4 dudes out in the Olympics and I got a gold medal. It's right here."
Yeah, right.
Fighting is the way to go. The Nobel Peace. We don't want peace. We want fighting. This is all about.
Yep. All right. So with that said, you got Caleb Harris, August 20th in Biloxi, Mississippi. Go ahead and shout out anybody you want to shout out. Try to make a prediction on the fight if you want, and just let us know what we're going to see that night. And we'll let you get out of here.
Well, like I said, I appreciate David Philman for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate Kevin Smith for providing me this opportunity as well. My prediction on the fight, of course, I feel like I'm going to win. I know a lot of people feel like Caleb is going to be a problem for me, and he just might. But I'm a stubborn guy. I don't lay down for anybody, and those guys that he fought, they weren't me. You know what I mean? So, that's pretty much all I got to really say. But I appreciate everybody, though. I appreciate the support, the non-supportive people, the people that feel like I'm going to get knocked out. I appreciate you guys, too. That's fine with me, man. I'm just ready to go, man.
Yeah, they're all going to be watching no matter what. Hey,
yeah, definitely.
Love you or hate you, they're going to be tuning in, my man. So,
yeah,
all right.
Ready to go, though, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Hey, we're looking forward to seeing you fight. We'll see you down in Biloxi.
Yeah,
So.
we got his social medias at the bottom. Go ahead and follow Derrick_Superman_Findley on Instagram. Facebook is Derrick Findley, and he also has a Facebook athlete page, Derrick Superman Findley. So with that said, we appreciate you giving us a little bit of time, and we look forward to seeing you next week in the squared circle, my friend.
All right, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good night.
Take it easy.
Thank you. Oh boy, Mike.
One of the many fights next week that I can't wait to see.
One of the many. Throw while I message Chalbeck, pull up some of these fights, because that's the Findley Harris one right there.
Yep.
That should be a banger. If anybody hasn't seen Derrick Findley, go on YouTube. Obviously he's got 1 million fights under his belt, and that dude is built like a brick shit house. Like he looks like he looks like a bodybuilder kind of in a boxing ring, and he throws very heavy left hands. But then, like I said, I was watching a few of his fights today, and like his right hand comes out of nowhere and has fucking just as much power as the left. But like our next guest will tell you once he comes on, power isn't everything in bare knuckle.
Yeah, good old John Chalbeck.
John Chalbeck, man. He's he went in there at BKFC. Oh, it wasn't even a numbered BKFC. It was Knucklemania. What am I talking about? He went in there in Knucklemania and pieced up Greg Rock Hard Bono. One of the best nicknames you'll ever hear.
Wonderful name.
Wonderful nickname, Rock Hard Bono. And he went in there and absolutely pieced that dude up. And nothing against Bono, but he was like straight up outclassed by John for 3 straight rounds. And, shout out to Greg Bono in that fight, because he took a beating for the first 2 rounds before Chalbeck, slammed the door on him in the third. So we went to this after party, right? Oh, let me take this down real quick. We went to the after party, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's just people were meeting up and talking. There wasn't much of a party going on, but Greg Bono comes in at 3 a.m. from the hospital. And I swear to God, that was actually, it was the second fighter that showed up there that I saw, but his face was 1.5 faces. It was huge. And I was like, oh shit, what the hell? And he's like, oh, he broke my orbital in my jaw. And I was like, oh my God. That's got to be a rough night. I can't even imagine trying to go to sleep after that. Yeah. The other one that showed up looking just as rough was, our girl Taylor Starling. She was down there. I think she was doing shots tequila with Keith and them guys.
Gonna need those.
And her face looked like it got stung by 100 bees, and her hands were swollen.
No pun intended.
Pun intended. I don't know. But her hand was swollen, and it looked like little nub fingers coming out of her swollen hands, doing shots and stuff. And I'm like, God damn, Mike, these fuckers are savages, man.
Yeah.
Between Bono over there with half of his face blown out. And he was like, I wasn't going to miss this. Like, what?
Maybe you should miss it. Yeah.
We're like, well, nobody expected you to show up here.
No, not at all.
I just messaged John. On top of that, man, you got this one here, Kaine Tomlinson. Oh, by the way, everybody, Kaine Tomlinson was supposed to follow up John Lee Chalbeck tonight. Kaine had had something pop up, family thing, and he had to rush out, so he's not going to be able to make it. But he's going to be fighting our guy Ryan Jones, the Juggernaut, too. That's another good one. Kaine Tomlinson holding it down for the freaking old men. Honestly, he's not old, but he's 47. That's pretty old, and I mean yeah. The Tiger Life guys. Hell yeah! What's up, Big Ben?
Big Ben. So he was there at the hotel that night.
He was there. The Tiger Life guys were there.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know. So I bet you I know who you are, Big Ben. I just didn't meet you, or I don't know. Maybe we talked to you for a few minutes and I didn't even realize you're Big Ben.
We probably did. We were drinking Patron with those fuckers.
Yeah, in whatever the hell the hotel bar had, because they were like, we're out of pretty much everything, but here, take these Bacardi mixed drinks and these cans.
Oh, dude, he was the
hell else.
He was the BKFC Ultimate Fan winner.
Yeah, he didn't he win a TV and stuff too, but I just didn't even know, like, being there, we're talking, everybody didn't know who was who.
Big Ben is the silent assassin in the fan realm.
Yeah, he's all over. I mean, I didn't even know we met him at Knucklemania, but I see him in the comments section all over the place. So he's the man, supporting everybody.
My wife's tuning in right now. She says, "Oh Lord, Patron, Hector." Yeah. I turn into a angry Spanish fella named Hector when I drink Patron. And dude, when I drink brown liquor, like whiskey and stuff, I turn into a crazy gringo named Hank. Not the Hank. Yeah, not the other Hank. Like, I was Hank before I knew Hank. Before I knew the other one. I don't know where John Lee Chalbeck is.
Yeah, what the hell, John Lee?
Yeah, John Lee, the Florida Keys kid.
Man,
you also got
piece this guy up next time I see him.
Yeah. He don't he don't want them Mike Hunnell hands. You got Elvin Brito making his return to the squared circle for the 150th time against a guy named Julio Garcia that we are not too familiar with, and we're not going to lie, he's a Cuban fighter, and I'm sure he'll come to bring the fucking heat against Brito, but we all know that Brito's the man, and I have faith in our guy there.
Can I ask a question? Besides the fact that we know that Elvin Brito is going to take any fight put in front of him, should he be fighting any fight put in front of him? And also, why?
Okay, well, Vince Anderson, if you're still in the comments, Scott, if you're in the comments, why is Elvin Brito fighting Julio Garcia?
Oh, and another thing, because I saw today there was a talk about Diego Sanchez, and I saw Joe Elmore go, "That's what the fight I want when I come back." And I'm like, well, here we go. Everything's getting ruined now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to
see those two guys together.
I'm going to resend the invite to John because he's saying it's not working right now.
Oh,
okay. Do I have to send it to Scott Free?
Scott Free. Yeah, John Chalbeck is he's not towing the Facebook line, apparently. It's because
he's in jail again.
Kicked off all the time. I don't know for what, though, because I honestly, every time we talk to him, he's like the nicest guy, and he puts up like funny memes, but I feel like none of them really crossed the line. So whatever he's putting up, that they're kicking him off. Maybe he says boys are gross or something like that, get him kicked off in 24 hours. That's the type of shit that will get you kicked off Facebook nowadays. All you have to say is like, "I'm going to kill you," or I guess that's kind of bad, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, but remember my wife got kicked off for saying, "If you do, I'll kill you," in one of the comments on our show.
Yes.
About peeing on something.
Here we go. The man of the hour is
the man
on
the
screen.
hour.
He's about to be on the live screen in 1 second. He's loading up here.
I like how he put an American flag behind him.
Yeah,
so
there he is.
Just like me.
I know. Unbelievable.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our second guest of the evening is 1-0 in the BKFC. He is, I believe, 9-0 in boxing. He's like 4-0 in MMA. He's never lost, not even in Contra, not even in Monopoly. He's never lost a challenge against Alicia Zapatella. He's never lost in his entire life, and he plans to continue that win streak at BKFC 20, but he's got a black screen.
I'll tell you what he did lose. Connection.
He lost.
He lost connection. So he was undefeated until about 1 second ago when the internet just Mollywopped him.
Oh, here we go. Let's get him
look,
on.
he's coming up on 2 separate. Boom, there he is. How are you in the chat twice? I never seen anything like that before.
I can't. You
Can you hear me?
guys sound like computer.
Computer.
You guys sound like robots. I can't understand a word you're saying.
For
I don't know
real?
what's going on. It's taking forever for me just to log on. Nothing's working over here. We had a bad storm, but
Shit.
Are we coming through clear now?
I heard now.
Oh man.
I heard now.
Well, this doesn't seem like it's gonna work.
Man,
if
I'm
you
sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on.
You know what?
We have a hardwired computer that you can get to.
But message him, Mike, message him. Hit him on the messenger. Everything is clear on our end. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hang up and message.
You're starting to become more clear, but you're still breaking up in like a computerized digital voice.
Like Max Headroom. He's got to check the Wi-Fi connect.
Gotta check that Wi-Fi.
I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he's got to get that. Let's remove him, and then when he comes back up on screen, we'll get him back on the air here.
Yeah, so you gotta be on. You gotta either be on like a really strong Wi-Fi. I'm gonna tell you, like Wi-Fi is. I mean, if you got a good Wi-Fi, I guess it's fine. It does a trick if you're on the phone. But I did notice that with like AirPods or something like that, you get a lot of lost connection between words and stuff like that. Hardwire is the way to go if you want a nice, strong internet feed. But anyways, hopefully you can get this taken care of.
What was messed up is that the audience can hear us clear. The audience can hear him clear.
Yeah.
We just couldn't hear each other.
Yep. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Listen to Kevin Smith in the goddamn comments. You know what?
Hey, man, you should have provided this guy with some fine internet service. It's out of our control.
Kevin, you got to hook your guy up with some good internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, give him some of that like Verizon service, not some of that Frontier shit, whatever the hell.
Yeah. He's got that
some
Boost
that Paul
Mobile.
Bunyan shit.
He's on that Boost Mobile.
He's on that Paul Bunyan internet. Nah, where is he? He's in Florida. He should have some good service. There's plenty of stuff down there. Come on.
Oh, John? Is he in Florida?
No, he's in Michigan.
He's in Michigan, dude.
He's in Michigan. But
let's try this again. Let's bring him back on.
I see you, and I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes, you're clear. You're clear.
All right. I can hear us though too. Can you lower your volume just a tiny bit so we don't hear our echo, reverb?
Is that better?
Hello.
Yeah, that's much better.
Is that
all
better?
right? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in and powering through that with us. That is the beauty of live entertainment. And if you have a problem with it, Kevin Smith, buy this guy some fucking Wi-Fi boosters.
Well, we had a big storm. We had a big storm up here, and there's a bunch of trees down, and everyone lost power and stuff. So I had just got home, and I had to reconnect to my Wi-Fi, is why it wasn't clear.
So what have you been up to, man? I mean, like you are training, you are teaching, you're coaching, but you have a big fight coming up. Are you the busiest man in the world right now?
I mean, I guess it's all a matter of perspective, but, you know, I'm busy doing the things I love to do, and I'm very blessed to get paid to do what I love to do. And, yeah, you know, whatever time I'm not at the gym or coaching, you know, or training, I spend here with my kids and my family.
Hell yeah, and you got a big fight coming up at BKFC 20, or follow-up to a awesome performance at Knucklemania. We were just talking about your fight against Greg Bono before you came on, and you were pretty much to us watching, you were pretty much like flawless in that fight.
Right.
Do you go back and watch that fight and like nitpick things that like piss you off, you know, being like a perfectionist when it comes to boxing? Did you look at that performance and be like, it wasn't as good as y'all think it was?
No, I just went out there and had fun. You know what I mean? And that's, I mean, if people think that was a great performance because I was having fun, do what I love to do, then that's a plus. You know what I mean? I did take a punch in the first round right at the very end that blinded me in my left eye. But you can see in between rounds in that fight that I'm looking around and I'm like, you can see I'm like messing with my eyes, like opening up and blinking them. And I was trying to get my eyesight back because a knuckle went into my eye and like blinded me. But, I didn't even complain to James or say anything about it because you see so many fighters get hit in the eye and then the ref asks them, do you want to continue? And they go, I can't see. That's like saying I don't want to fight anymore. If you can't see, you guess two. Guess two fingers, or they'll be like, how many fingers am I holding up? Guess two. Like, try to keep fighting. So I just stay positive. I knew I heard him in the first round with the knockdown, and I knew that I did damage. And when we went back to the corner, even though I couldn't see, I just thought, well, it's 10-8 for sure. And I heard him. I still got one good eye. So, I just try to remain positive the whole time. And by the time I got back to the line, I was seeing double again. So I was already starting to feel better because I was starting to see double out of the eye. I wasn't blind anymore, but it was still blurry, starting the second round.
When you're seeing double, do you have 4 arms?
No, it's more like just 2 heads.
Yeah.
Everything else is single.
If you're seeing double in front of you and you throw that punch, does it look like you're throwing 2 arms at once? It's
yeah, I'm not really focused on stuff like that. I'm just trying to make punches, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The knuckle to the eye thing, I think that's like one of the first like real shocking things that guys that get into the bare knuckle world, get for the first time, and it really fucking catches them off guard. Like it happened to Leonard Garcia against Jim Ehlers. It happened with Quentin Henry against Lieben, and
Right.
you think it's an eye poke, but it's not. It's just the front knuckle.
It's a legal shot, and I anticipated that, but it felt a little, and it wasn't. It was like some little uppercut on the inside or something when we were separating, and it didn't seem like a punch that anyone even saw. They wouldn't even have seen it, but it's one of those things where it did do damage, but I got a pretty good poker face, and I try to make sure that I don't give my opponent, any. If they land a good punch, I'm not going to nod. I pretty much, only will do things if I want to do them. I'm not going to pretty much do anything to acknowledge that they did something good. You know what I mean? So if I want to taunt someone, it's because I want to. I'm not going to do it in retaliation of something that they did.
So you've been calling out a whole bunch of people, making memes for a while since the last time you fought, right? So it's been, 6 months? And you didn't get any of the people you were calling out. Does that kind of piss you off a little bit? Or is it just like, hey, I'm happy that I have a fight. I get to showcase my talent once again. And then hopefully the next time you get one of those guys that you really want to punch in the face.
Well, I actually anticipated that Adam and I would come together and fight because he was ranked ahead of me at the 145. And although that, he said they can't do the 145 anymore. So I'm going up to meet him at 155 this fight. I had already made a meme of him and Joe Peg. So, I mean, I did include him in my meme campaign, however.
You were a little more aggressive with a few others.
The biggest names. So, look, this is prize fighting. And, you want to be able to be as efficient as possible. And, I think, a guy like Chad Mendez, is the big name coming over. I mean, I ain't never lost a boxing round to a wrestler in my life. So to me, that's a big name for a lot more money and an easier fight. You know what I mean? I just look at things as a risk assessment, and it's all about, high risk, high reward, To me, that's a low risk. That's low risk damage and high reward.
So you truly believe that Chad Mendez is low risk?
Yeah, he's a wrestler. Like, sure, he's gonna get in there. He's gonna get in there and try to be rough and try to use grappling, but I mean, his timing is gonna be that of a wrestler. You know, it's not gonna be a high level boxer. You know, and while I do think he's really tough, you know, he'll probably take a lot of damage, but you know, you can look good on the pads all day, but when it comes down to timing and distance and fight IQ, you know, that's a whole different story when people are throwing punches back at you.
Right, right.
He does look good on the pads, I'll admit.
Yeah.
Like, he looks good on the pads, yeah. There's a lot of people in my gym that look good on the pads too, you know, sign them up.
He does it. Yeah, he does have a lot of knockouts on his record, and most of his knockouts are by punches. But he does have punching power. But like you said, he's a boxer throwing heavy punches in MMA. We saw what happened when his most famous fight is obviously probably. Well, no,
Conor McGregor
between Conor and Jose Aldo. But when he fought
Definitely
Conor and he wrestled Conor to the ground the whole first round, and they made it to the feet in the second round, and it turned into a boxing match. Conor boxed his head off, like boxed him right up against the cage and put him down pretty quick.
Right.
So,
I mean, also, you know, you got to take into account, you know, like he says, he had a shorter camp, you know,
Right.
and he's trying to, rise to the moment, you know, and I thought he did a great job. Look, I got respect for Chad Mendes, but I think if we box in the BKFC ring, you know, or fight or whatever you want to call it, you know, I'm going to be victorious because, you know, it'll be that timing and experience of pugilism, you know, that will rue the day, in my opinion.
you know, you saying that goes against a lot of what, like you see some of these BKFC fighters out there that sit your volume. Yeah, I'm hearing an echo though. The volume on your phone could turn down a second. Hello? Yeah. So a lot of the BKFC fighters are like, oh, this guy, this ain't boxing. This ain't boxing. You're gonna learn quick. This ain't boxing. But you're like on the other side of that track. You're talking about I am a boxer with no gloves on, and I'll just box your head off.
Well,
using the sweet science, not brawling.
MMA fights too. You know, I was a boxer that tried MMA, and you know, in my first MMA fight, you know, I did a spinning back kick, and you know, the day after my dad died and broke this guy's ribs, and you know, one of my biggest haters matched up that fight. You know, probably trying to get me beat up, but he just propelled me into a whole new state of, success, you know, and belief in myself. And I think those 9 MMA fights that I did really did just prepare me for a sport that hadn't been invented yet. And, you know, my boxing style has always been kind of Jake LaMotta like. In the amateurs, I was always on the inside, just going to the body and walking through punches, you know. So, you know, I think I, will outbox the MMA guys. And if they are a boxer, then I'll get on the inside and make it rough on them like the MMA guys would hope to do to me. But I'm really good on the inside. So, you know, that will make for an exciting fight, you know, if somebody can, do well against me on the inside too.
Yeah. With Adam Pellerino. So your opponent at BKFC 20 is Adam. He's 2-1 in the BKFC. He's fought some pretty good fighters. And what do you see in him? Do you like, because I was watching his fights, do you think you can get on the inside and box him Jake LaMotta style, or are you going to be on the outside picking your shots like you did against Greg Bono? Because the way he fights, I don't know if he's going to allow you to get on the inside. You guys kind of fight the same way, you know what I mean?
I'll be honest, like in the first BKFC fight, you know, people didn't really get to see like a lot of my, my good stuff that I'm known for and the things that I do to people every single day, you know, that they just kind of saw me give, Greg kind of a boxing lesson. And, I think I'll be able to land punches from the outside, and I'll be able to get on the inside against Adam. You know, I have a lot of respect for Adam. He's a dad. He's a boat captain. You know, I mean, he's a guy that takes care of his business. And, he comes to fight. You know, if you get in there and you're willing to put your life on the line in front of, people that will just judge you and write comments about you and they don't even have, you know, the balls to get in there. You know, trust me, you're my hero, win or lose. And I'll have you know that I even reached out to Brandon Lambert, and I invited him to come to my gym and, you know, train for a week for free. And I told him, you know, that, look, you know, I really didn't give you a fair chance, you know, by blocking you and kind of just writing you off after your performance. And, you know, I don't want any negative energy with that guy or pretty much anyone else, you know, that, you know, if people go out of their way to talk shit about me, that's fine. You know, when it comes to this combat sports, you know, kind of prize fighting thing. But in the end, I respect all guys that put their life on the line, you know, and get in there, you know. So I got no animosity with Adam. You know, I think he's a great guy. We were actually in communication before we ever got matched up, and we're talking online and very friendly. So, you know, I anticipated this matchup, and you know, be all respect, and we'll let our fists do the talking.
Awesome, man. So we were talking about wrestlers a little while ago, and I wanted to mention somebody who you know very well, who's been on our show, who's actually on your shirt that you're wearing. So for the people who are watching at home, Alicia Zapatella, the Invicta atomweight champion, 105 pounds. John has been her boxing coach for how long?
I think she came to our gym in like 2014. So either 2013 or 2014 or something like that, you know, maybe a little bit before that. But yeah, she's been there for a long time.
Well, I wanted to mention her last fight. She had a tough fight, really tough game opponent, and she wasn't able to implement her wrestling, you know, for pretty much the entire fight. So you got to see her showcase her stand-up skills all 5 rounds, which I thought was great because she pulled out was it a split decision victory, right?
It was a very close fight.
It was super close.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure split.
I'm not sure.
And, you know, which I feel like really gives you a ton of credit. I mean, I don't know all of her training, but I know you're her boxing coach. And for somebody to have fight be like entirely standing up, and obviously you can tell the other girl fights, you know, stand up. That was what she wanted to keep it on the feet, and she got to keep it on the feet, and she still lost. So, I mean, that you must have felt great after that.
I mean, yeah, I just wanted Alicia to win and, you know, be successful in her life. And, you know, she inspires so many other young women and, you know, men around her. And, you know, I take no credit for her work ethic. You know, I've tried to imprint as much knowledge as I can on her, and hopefully that has helped her become, you know, a more efficient striker. But yeah, I take no credit for Alicia's successes. You know, she's got James, she's got many other people that are around her all the time. And,
right.
You know, I just am blessed to be in a position to do what I love to do and inspire and help, you know, so many other people, you know. So I truly believe this is what I'm meant to do. And I'm meant to be the champion of BKFC. And, you know, my memes are all in fun. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not, you know, making really harsh, you know, videos or talking mad comments or being disrespectful. Look, I know whoever looks at my memes are going to laugh, but they're pretty true, you know.
The last one that I saw with you as the professor, like teaching, that shit had me laughing because the one that what made me laugh is like you put like Dat's face on like a woman. You put like Chad Mendez has the monster can and like the microphone, like and it was just like the whole that one made me laugh.
But then Artem is like peeking in,
exactly.
Sideways from the
he's
top.
Kind of like the Where's Waldo because he retired, you know, so he's just kind of peeking in. You know, I saw that he had liked one of my statuses the other day, so you know he knows who I am, and you know I had just going for the biggest name, and you know, and right now, Dad's been the most, you know, disrespectful out of all the fighters, you know, in BKFC. He just thinks everyone's a fraud, everyone sucks, you know, and he's just drinking his own Kool-Aid way too much. And I hope Luis Palomino just beats the living fuck out of him. Like, I mean, I'm really rooting for Luis in that fight. And, hey, I think Mendez is the big name, and if Artem wants to retire and avoid 145 and avoid me, then Mendez stepped up to the plate, and I guess he's the new, big name fighter, which I'll get paid the most money to look good against,
Do you
hey,
know?
this is all about prize fighting, sure, it's about legacy and I want to be champion, but my hands, your hands are going to hurt after one of these fights for a while.
How long did it take for your hands to feel back to normal after Knucklemania? A couple weeks, 2 weeks?
Oh man, like some of my knuckles are still sensitive.
Really?
You know what I mean? So I don't think this is one of those things where you're going to be able to do it for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's going to be a certain number of fights, and I think you need to be as efficient as possible with, the damage you take and the damage you do.
Like just saying that gives you a whole new respect to people like Britton Hart, who fought 3 times in 8 months or 10 months, whatever. What, freaking Lorenzo Hunt, who fought like every other month for like 6 months. Like, how are their hands even capable of getting right back in there in such a quick turnaround? You know what I mean? They're just savages, man.
Yeah, I thought I had broke my big knuckle after the fight, and I went to the doctor and got it x-rayed and stuff, and he's like, no, it's just sensitive, like it's not broke, it's just sensitive, and you were very accurate with your punches and you kept putting it on your big knuckle, so if you see the swelling, of my hands, it was only my 2 knuckles on each hand that were swelled up, and you see like Dat's hand, his whole hand's fucking swollen. Some of these guys' whole hands are swollen because they're not as accurate as they think they are. You really want to corkscrew that big knuckle right on them, and you'll do more damage.
I pointed that out to Mike. Like, you had posted that picture, and I'm like, dude, you could just look at that guy's hands and know that he's like so precise with his striking. It's fucking insane. When you look at the other ones, and their outside knuckles are all swole up, and like their whole fucking hands busted up. Your hands were a telltale sign of your accuracy for sure.
That's one thing that I really can tell about bare knuckles. Like, lots of times with a glove on, I'll hook with my thumb up and just kind of club them, and but with the bare knuckle, you really want to turn it over and really corkscrew that knuckle into their bones and their skin.
Now, you were saying Chad Mendez. Chad Mendez has come out and said that he's making his debut in October. We don't know who the person is, but do you think that So BKFC has been known to like wait till last minute to name an opponent. If you were to say go out there, impress, and get a quick victory over Adam Pellerano, would you tell the BKFC that you would fight him in October if given that opportunity?
Call him out in the ring.
I mean, I would love to fight Chad Mendez. In a perfect world, I would get to do it in Key West in December because I really have my heart set on that Key West card. I've always wanted to fight in Key West, and this would be 2 dreams coming together, fighting for BKFC and fighting in Key West, where I was born, and truly making it like an unbelievable homecoming. And I don't know, man. If they gave me a choice between fight Chad Mendez in October or fight anyone in Key West in December, man, I don't know. That would be tough. But maybe I wouldn't get the Key West offer, and I would just get the October offer. So I don't know. I would love to fight Chad Mendez in Key West. But if that wasn't on the table, I would love to fight him in my backyard. It really doesn't matter.
No, is this one against Adam a one-off for you? Do you plan on going back to 145 and sticking around in 145, or are you willing to just keep going back and forth in the 2 weight classes, whatever opportunities come your way?
I mean, I really do. I'm walking around at 151 every day for a year. You know what I mean? Like, my day doesn't change at all. I wake up underweight. You know, I'm going to come in at, 151, 152 probably, and, not have to cut any weight at all. So I really would like to stay at 145, and there's no 145 champion. And, whether they make a tournament or, I'll get this win or maybe fight someone else and, maybe they'll give me a shot at the title against anyone, I don't really care, but I would love to, I would love to be 145 champion.
I can't wait to see you fight. I'll tell you that. When we saw you fight in Knucklemania, I'm sure we probably sounded like a couple little fanboys when we came back, but we had to give you a hell of a credit for that performance. I know we've already said it tonight, but if anybody is watching right now and has not seen that fight, get on it before this next event comes up, because you're going to want to see it so you can anticipate this next fight as much as I know I do. It was really good. I mean, to pump you up, boost you up, put you on a pedestal, but telling you, man, you should be proud of that performance.
Look, I told these guys that I would make it look like I did bare knuckle 1,000 times. And, I did, I made it look like I had done this my whole life, because I have. And whether we put boxing gloves on or 4-ounce MMA gloves on or no gloves, it's still martial arts, and I've still been doing this my entire life. So, it is what it is. I'm just going to let, my hands do the talking, and, I'm not going to make any predictions. I just try to land a punch in the open spot, every single time. I take what's open, I don't force anything. I take everything.
Well, Dan Stevens from BW Sports 1 says Notre Dame is still better than Michigan. Still love you, brother. And then Dan also follows that up and says, I'm the biggest fight at 145 because I'm way bigger than 145. I didn't read the end of the sentence until I read it out loud. That's old Dan Stevens. Thanks for tuning in, Dan. Yeah. Well, you know what? I feel like the future's bright for you in the sport, and whether it be at 155 or 145, I think you'll be a problem for anybody. And like Mike said, we look forward to seeing you on August 20th against Adam Pellerano.
Thank you. And I just want to say that, I'm not looking past Adam as far as I'm concerned. When we get in there and that bell rings, he's Mike Tyson at 20 years old. And, I keep my hands up and my chin down and try to look cool.
Well, don't look past him when you're fighting him either, because you might see this beautiful face standing right behind him. You might get distracted. So
just make sure. You don't want to do that.
I'll try not to let anyone distract me. I promise.
Yeah, John. We got 5 random questions for you before you leave the show. Here we go. Numero uno. What would you rather watch a massive event at home in front of your TV or live at a stadium or an arena?
At home with my family.
Yeah, I think it might be an age thing though. Like we're the same age. We're in our later 30s, and I think the days of going out to the stadiums and those days might be past. Although if somebody was like, "Give me some Super Bowl tickets," I'd fucking go to the Super Bowl.
Meanwhile, we just mentioned we're going to BKFC 20 live, but.
Yeah, but we're going there.
We're
going to be working the whole time we're down there.
Right. I like watching the BKFC fights on my BK TV app.
Hell yeah! There you go. Nice plug. BK TV app.
Right.
$3.99 a month, $39.99 a year. Yeah. BKFC, give us some money for plugging your shit every week.
I know. Dan Stevens, I was thinking the same thing, but I was going to let it go.
What's the weirdest thing you used to eat as a kid?
Oysters.
You used to eat them as a kid, but you don't eat them as an adult?
Well, I don't live in the Florida Keys, and in Michigan, anything that you eat that's from the sea had to be frozen and sent on a plane, and it had to travel. And, I grew up on a sailboat. Listen, I was a spoiled brat that grew up on a sailboat where his dad caught fish off the back of the boat and cooked it in the oven on the boat. I'm not supposed to be tough. I'm not supposed to have a good chin. I'm supposed to be some spoiled little brat that
ate oysters as a kid.
Was hand fed, But you'll see in every fight that there's that there's something real inside of me.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty tough fishermen. I mean, I might be watching too much television or something, but you see, there's That's one of the craziest jobs ever. The fucking
the
deep
fishermen
sea
are
fish.
fucking nuts.
Crab.
But I watched the
Yeah,
show.
my dad, he was a real Robinson Crusoe. He would dive down and grab a lobster with his bare hands. That's not me. I'm not the in the sea guy.
Well, fuck that. I wouldn't be jumping in the sea neither, so I'm right there with you.
there's aliens.
I don't know what the
in
hell's
sea.
in there.
Yeah, fucking dinosaurs in there. I just watched
Definitely
Godzilla
aliens.
versus Kong. Yeah.
When I'm running, I don't even consider it running anymore. I'm just looking for aliens.
I saw that. You were out there like this.
I'm just looking at the sky the whole time, listening to music, waiting to see one.
There's and I got to be honest with you, aliens, that's one thing that like I truly 1,000,000% believe in, and the fucking abduction stories and shit are the one thing that like really freak me out. And like it's the only scary movies that could ever like put a scare in me at all are like the alien abduction movies.
Fire in the Sky.
Or
that shit scared the shit out of me.
Man, the CIA even admitted it's all true, and people are like, who cares? Put a mask on.
Put the sunglasses on from They Live and start.
That's right.
Up, you know what I mean?
Obey.
Everyone's so distracted that when the aliens do land.
Yeah. Actually, those glasses probably help right now.
They're already here, John.
They've been here.
Stop fear-mongering. All right.
Number 3.
What's the last thing you looked up on your phone?
The StreamYard. I had to copy the link to StreamYard into that.
All right. Prior to that, aliens.
It was a equipment for the gym that I'm buying as soon as I get done with the fight.
Dude, you bring that one. What's that little fucking speed bag thing that you bring us on the stand? What's that thing called? What do they call those?
Bag.
The Cobra bag.
Yeah.
Do you ever leave home without it?
No, I try to take it with me wherever I go because it's a quick setup, and it really is good for bare knuckle because the spring pretty much simulates how hard you got to hit someone to snap their head back. So, it gets you throwing quick punches and not so much powerful punches.
The family runs into Walmart and you just start beating the shit out of the bag in the parking lot, Hey, I'm just going to stay out here for a few minutes. I see you beating the shit out of that bag in a hotel parking lot and just break it out, man. Get to work.
We were quarantined for Alicia's fight, so we couldn't leave the hotel parking lot.
Was that your brother that was filming that one day? Do you have a brother?
No, that was James Gray. He's the owner of the gym and the head coach of our fight team.
Yeah, he was out there. I think he was using your phone and streaming your shit, and he was like talking about your work ethic and all this shit. He's like, this guy's been out here since 5 a.m. and we're all just fucking rolling out of bed. He's like 2 hours into a workout now.
The way I look at it is anytime you could be efficient with your time, you're putting money in the bank of yourself, and that's the true bank. It's not, these make-believe numbers on a receipt. It's you being efficient with your life and, spending your time efficiently. And anytime you're doing that, you're putting money in the bank,
You're investing in yourself. Yeah, you're investing in yourself. That's fucking, you got a great outlook on life. Number 4, Conor McGregor once said precision beats power and timing beats speed. Is he wrong?
Conor McGregor is an MMA boxer.
But the idea, precision beats power, timing beats speed. Is he full of shit, or do you agree with that?
I think he's just trying to put a clever twist on things that, pugilists have been saying, many times is, you just be accurate, be fast and accurate and don't worry about the power, and he's putting his own little word on, his wording on it, because anything Conor says turns into, gold.
Fair enough. And last question, Mike.
What's something that you think everyone should experience at least once in their life?
Once in their life, I think everyone should experience doing something that they fear, doing something that scares them at least, something that they're scared to do, that they bring themselves to do, and when it's done, they have no regrets about doing it because you know, it was all about the journey and not so much the result.
That's a
Yeah,
great
love
answer.
it.
And like being military people, me and
Yeah.
Mike will tell you that what you just described
I thought about that
is
right away.
basic training. What you just described is fucking basic training to the T, because when you first go to basic training and they have you in the holding area, and then it all starts they start off by just tearing you apart and fucking your ass up mentally and physically right off the bat. You immediately, like, this is the worst mistake in my life. I don't know. You're scared, you're homesick. By the end of the 10th week, it is the best decision you ever made in your life. You look back on it like that was the fucking
That
best.
was all money in the bank.
Right.
That was all money in the bank.
The absolute best decision I ever made in my life was what I just did there. And graduating was like the fucking greatest thing ever. But
you do some weird ass shit there, I'll tell you.
The fear
Things
is
you'd never
real.
believe you'd do.
But the fear is real, and you hate it at first. But like you just said,
man, every fight I think about you veterans and my grandpa and him having to take off on an aircraft carrier to go, you know, drop bombs and come back with holes in his plane. And the mechanics couldn't even believe how this fucking thing landed. He just gets out. He's like, all right, fill it back up. We got to go out. And they're like, dude, this plane ain't never fucking flying again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why he became the head test pilot for the Navy, because he was nuts, you know, and it's a miracle that I'm here just talking to you, because he had so many chances to just die, you know? So when I make that walk, it's super easy for me to feel relaxed because I'm not in a war. I'm not being shot at. You know, I got a fair fist fight against a guy who I respect and have love for. I have a ref to protect me. I have doctors right next to me and all my friends watching me. And I just go out there and try to have fun, you know, and let you know, every punch speak for itself.
Well said.
Awesome, man. Well, at this point in time, we've had you on for 45 minutes now. So if you want to shout out some sponsors, shout out some people, we can let you get out of here, and we'll see you August 20th. So take a minute.
Like always, you know, I just want to say, you know, every time I'm on one of these podcasts, I want to give a shout out to David Feldman. You know, he was really the one guy that I had to convince in the beginning to give me a chance at this. You know, the first time I saw bare knuckle, you know, and saw that my friend Tom Schoaf was doing it, like I was fucking drooling. Like I was drooling. I was like, oh my God, there's a sport that was made just for me. I don't got to worry about wrestling. You know, the clinching benefits me. We get to cut them every single time we punch them. There's definitely going to be blood. You know, I mean, this is the best thing that's ever happened to combat sports. And, you know, I'm just so thankful to be a part of it. And a shout out to my manager, Kevin Smith, for, you know, moving me, you know, along efficiently. And I really am hoping that him and Dave can get me that fight in Key West. And, you know, that would be a dream come true. You know, let me come down and, you know, fight in front of the fellow conks.
I hope you get it, man. I really do.
Yeah. Well, shout out to you and to Kevin as well. Thank you for coming on the show tonight. We'll catch up with you down in Biloxi next week.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one. Thanks.
Take it easy.
Bye. That's John Chalbeck.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got a great outlook on life, man. And like, you know, some people might say that we're fucking sucking up to him, but like everything we're saying, we're not like everything we're saying is true. His personality and his outlook on life is fucking great. He's not an asshole. He really truly cares for like his students and his teammates. And when he's coaching, he's all in on his coaching. When he's training, he's all in on his training. When he steps in the ring, he's fucking like, I don't know, just sharp as can be. He's fucking on it. He's got a game plan. He's precise with all his striking. I don't know.
He is. He did good. I've seen he was talking about MMA. I've seen some MMA highlights that he's posted. I've seen his boxing highlights that he's posted. And, we saw his first fight at our first live bare knuckle event that we covered. And he's the guy who stood out there. So he is good. And I'll fucking tell anybody, whoever the hell I want, kiss anyone's ass or fucking tell them to go fuck themselves as much as I want on this show. God damn it. Who the hell told me I couldn't?
Hey, Dan. Hey, Dan.
Dan Stevens. Oh, yeah. I think me and Dan both have a question.
I'm 39.
Yeah, you're 39.
I'll be 40 in a couple months.
Yeah, it's coming up.
And you know what? When I'm 40, I'm going to start taking this testosterone boost by Healy. And, it doesn't put testosterone in me, but it makes my body naturally create more testosterone so I can fuck like rabbit. Like young man in the gym. And then I'm also going to try some of this brain health boost, which it's going to get my mind thinking more clearly, and I cannot remember the rest. I'm going to try to bring it up.
It'll make you think good.
It'll make me focus more. I'll have more mental clarity. My memory will be better. I'll calm the fuck down. These things are golden. All you got to do is go to Amy Mish. I can't even remember.
Pure romance, Amy Mish.
We're gonna get better at this because she told us she would sponsor the show literally 5 minutes before the show started. So I'm sorry, I love you, but we'll do better next time.
That's the best way to do it, though. Just like Bill Burr does it on his show. You just fucking say whatever. Sherry's berries or whatever the hell he says.
Me undies.
No more sweaty balls. But anyways, look at Michael Hanowski, and I hope I said that right. Seems like I did. He said he popped in Chalbeck's gym a couple weeks ago. They invited him right in for pics. Gave his wife a tank top. And the gym is really nice. I haven't been there, but I've seen tons of videos. Just tons. And it is like a really, really nice gym. It's fantastic. I mean, it looks great. Who wouldn't want to train when you got a gym like that going on, huh?
Joe Ivy says he reached out to Adam Lambert. He's a saint. And then Brad Williams, our boy Brad, pops in. He says, "Isn't Adam Lambert that singer
Yes,
guy?"
I was just thinking that. Adam Lambert.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's you guys. We love our audience, and we got awesome supporters here.
Yeah,
we had we had two very skilled boxers that are Smith Brothers Combat guys who are gonna make some noise. BKFC 20, August 20th. In Biloxi, Mississippi. Mike and I will be there to report all the awesomeness to all you mofos. Mm-hmm. But tomorrow night, you got to tune back in starting at 9 p.m. when we welcome Easy Educated Hands, Reggie Barnett Jr., one half of the main event at BKFC 20, fighting Johnny Bedford for a second time. He came out on the losing end the first time, but he's looking to get that L back and take the W this time and win himself a belt. We'll have Reggie on at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, followed by one half of the featured bout of the night, Quentin Hero Henry, 205 Monster.
Look what Monica said. Monica, you reading our mind here?
Yeah. And then Monica pops on there. Get Audra on. Guess what? Audra will follow Quentin Henry tomorrow night. So you got Reggie Barnett 9 p.m., Quentin Hero Henry 9:30 p.m., and Audra Cummings, AK-47, fight like a mother herself. Audra Cummings will be on at 10 p.m. tomorrow night after the fellas. And she was a late addition, but she's coming on.
That's right. See, as soon as you said get her on, really quick, boop, 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 and it happened just like that. I sent Kyle a message, it's on, and then he told you. I mean, it's great. See, anybody wants anybody else, you say it right now. We'll just
say it right now. We'll get them on.
Yep.
Promise.
That's it.
Anyways, Mike, another good show. Tomorrow night.
That's right. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.